everyone, 안녕하십니까. 무역협회 홍보대사입니다. This is GLOTA가, and we are here to interview these promising startups in this huge exhibition, NextRise Seoul in Korea. So this is our first startup, which is the Sharp Pitch. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm going to start with the simple questions. Just introduce yourself a little.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My name is Ricki. I am the founder of the Sharp Pitch,
Yes.
which is an artist development and digital marketing agency out of Berlin, although we are a completely remote company, so we work with artists and companies from all around the world.
Oh, I see.
We help them identify who their audience is and then help them reach that audience.
So it's a remote company. So do you have any headquarters here, or just?
I have legal foundations in the U.S. and in Germany. We don't have a legal foundation in Korea yet, but that is something on our to-do list.
Yeah, that's great. So you can say your work here is like U.S. and Berlin, right?
Yes, U.S., Berlin, and I also have artists and clients from other countries as
Other
well,
countries.
the U.K., Canada, and I have one Korean artist that I'm working with.
So one Korean artist.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the one Korean artist?
They're very, very young. They haven't released any music yet,
All right.
but I'm working with them and their family to start
family.
developing that brand so they can prepare when they do release music. Yes.
Thank you. And I actually heard your pitch, and it was a great presentation.
Thank you so much.
And I realized that you have a lot of artists here you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell me just one example of your great artists?
Yeah, I think one of the artists that's a great example is right behind you.
Yeah. Yes.
Desiree D is an incredible musician.
Yep.
She is an instrumentalist and she makes like jazz fusion music. But we have artists from every genre. We have rappers. We have people that write music for children's books.
Children's books, right.
All sorts of like even pop, indie, every genre you can imagine. So that makes my work really fun because with each different artist and each different genre, we get to have different goals and different strategies and how to reach their audience. With Desiree, we've been able to really capitalize off of listeners on YouTube, and we've been able to like really grow her a strong platform there. Spotify actually picked her up from one of our YouTube ads that we did for her. It's been really great getting to work with so many different artists from so many different backgrounds.
Yes.
And one thing I also am really proud about is that all of our artists right now that we're working with are all from underrepresented communities.
Wow.
So they are artists of color, identify as female, or from the LGBTQ community, or are disabled, or maybe they just live outside of a major city where they can't access the music industry more traditionally. So it's been really great to get to reach these talented voices
artists,
that aren't typically listened to.
Yeah, thank you. And I realized that you are kind of an artist too, right?
Yes,
As a musician.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about your musician life?
Yeah,
as a musician?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've been a musician my whole life. My whole life, yeah. I started singing when I was very young. Also did some dancing as well. Grew up in music theater. And then when I started university, I started as an opera voice student.
Opera voice?
Opera voice, yes. I was a soprano.
Great.
And then after about a year and a half, I transitioned to jazz. And then after studying jazz voice for about a year, I found kind of the same pain point that we talked about with my artists, where they're really talented artists, but they were struggling with getting into the industry and knowing how to make a career for themselves. And then my passion kind of turned towards keeping my music for myself and helping other artists who, are super dedicated, super driven, and super talented, helping them reach the platforms that they deserve.
That's great. It's like you have struggled with your basic life with a musician, so you're going to help others.
Exactly. It puts me in a very unique position because I understand the pain point both from a musician and also before I fully started this company, I was working at other music industry organizations in the US. So I have both the music industry experience as well as the artist experience to really help give a full round of expertise and consultations to my artists.
That's really great of you to help others with the musicians. But it's like a private question, but so just name one of your best musicians, your favorite musician.
Ooh, that's really hard. And two artists that I'm really, really loving right now. I'm really
Okay, you can tell me
yes.
too. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what her name is. I think her name might be Bibi. She released a song called Sugar Rush. She's actually a Korean artist signed to Kakao.
You know Bibi in Korea?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know Bibi?
Well, it's from social media.
Oh.
But Bibi is really great.
Okay.
Love Bibi.
Okay, me
Love
too,
Bibi.
yeah.
And in terms of Western artists, an artist that I have absolutely been in love with just being true to their brand is Chapel Rowan. I don't know if you know who she is.
Okay.
But she basically she uses drag queens.
Yeah.
So she uses some of those like artistic elements in her music and her marketing, and she's very identifiable. She had one of the largest audiences at Government Ball recently.
Yeah.
Just like an incredible artist, and it's really cool to see like such talented artists, especially those from underrepresented communities, as she is queer.
Yeah.
Getting to see those queer artists get that representation is amazing.
Oh, I see. So what made you come to here, Korea, this exhibition?
Yeah, so I was sponsored actually by a government office in Berlin to join this conference. However, I worked on a campaign when I was working in the music industry. I got to work on SG with Lisa from Blackpink and Megan Thee Stallion.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got to work on some of the influencer and digital marketing campaigns on TikTok and Twitter for that song, and that was kind of my first experience with like the K-pop community, like working with stans.
Yeah.
And from there, I just really like got to fall in love with the Korean approach with like the fan loyalty, and I know we're all celebrating Jin's arrival home.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But yeah, and then like I was here in October for another business trip, and I got to tour with FNC Entertainment.
FNC Entertainment?
Yes.
You've been here with FNC
Yeah,
Entertainment?
yes, yeah, I toured their label. Yes.
Oh, you got a tour in
Yes,
FNC
yeah.
Entertainment.
So I got to tour and meet some of the learn a little bit more about how they work at their label,
Wow.
and seeing the like trainee process and how strict and intense that can be. I think it really shows an opportunity for what I'm doing here in Korea as well, because maybe families don't want to start their children that young doing the trainee process, like in order to get signed to a label. Or maybe there's an incredible artist that did not want to like follow through with that program, or it's just not something they're interested in. So I want to offer Korean artists an option that's an alternative, so that they can, still find ways to market their music and reach their audiences, without needing to sacrifice any creative control, and that way they still have full ownership of their music.
Thank you for your answer. And it's kind of a last question.
Okay.
So what is your goal, or what do you want to achieve in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think in terms of a goal for the conference, I am really interested in developing a platform where independent artists can go and manage their different parts of their campaigns and their release schedules, so they can have the tools to be able to manage their own music career if they'd like to. In addition, I'm just looking to continuously build relationships within Korea, and make it known that there are alternative options in the music industry for artists that don't feel heard, and creating that platform for them.
Thank you. Great to hear about your company, and
Likewise.
I wish you best of luck. And,
Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna
감사합니다.
감사합니다. And cheers. And can you tell me, we're from the Korea International Trade Association. It's KITA.
Yes.
And you can say like KITA 화이팅.
Kita, fighting!
Thank you. Also GLOTA. Can you do a GLOTA?
Globe Tech?
Yeah, we're KITA and also GLOTA.
Okay.
KITA and GLOTA 화이팅.
Okay.
Is possible?
Yes.
Okay. KITA, GLOTA 화이팅.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3.
KITA, GLOTA 화이팅.
fighting!
Thank you.